Hello, we're back here. Today, we're gonna make soft pretzels. We will need 1 cup of milk, 2 tablespoons of butter, 2 tablespoons of sugar, 2 teaspoons of yeast. Then we need 2 1/4 cups of all-purpose flour and some salt, but I don't know how much yet. Okay, first thing we've got to do is make our dough. So we're gonna need a bowl. Okay, so grab your bowl. Okay, we gotta warm this milk up, I guess. Great. Okay, so we got to heat this milk up 110 degrees or something. I don't know how I'm going to test that, but you know. Okay, put it in the microwave. We're going to do 1 minute long. Cheater, what are you doing? Boom. All right, so as that's heating up, we're going to put away this milk. What's up? Then we're also we're gonna soften our butter. So we're gonna take our knife, we're gonna get our 2 tablespoons. Boom. Just, okay. Need some more of that butter later, so I'm gonna soften this bad boy up to 110 degrees right there. Let your butter soften 20 seconds in the microwave. Oh, almost forgot. Put your towel over your shoulder. I'm gonna pour our milk in. That doesn't sound good. So here's our butter. Okay, so now we're gonna put in our sugar. We're gonna need 2 tablespoons of our sugar. Grab your handy dandy wind chime here. Okay, 1. 2. Now we're gonna take 2 teaspoons of the dry yeast. Grab your wind chime. We're just gonna sprinkle that on our mixture in here. That's 1. That's 2. Kind of smells like oatmeal. Now we're gonna let that sit for a little bit. Let the yeast do whatever it's gotta do. I don't know, honestly. And we're gonna probably need that later, so just keep that there. So we're gonna let this sit for 10 minutes. Let the yeast do its thing until it gets a little foamy, okay? See you in a bit. All right, it's been like 4 or 5 minutes. I didn't want to wait 10. So we're gonna get into making the dough here. So grab your wind chimes. We're gonna need to do 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Okay, that should be enough. Also throw in your butter. Use your wooden spoon. I'm gonna get this butter off the plate. Throw that in there. That's wonderful. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna need to add 2 1/4 cups of all-purpose flour, but we're gonna add it in slowly so that it's not a big mess, all right? Okay, there's 1. We're just gonna start mixing it up, okay? Once it's all mixed in, we're gonna add our second cup of flour. Really. That's right. Just be gentle with it. So, get your 4th cup, but we're gonna keep mixing it. Okay, so once it's starting to come together, you wanna just go in there, grab your hands, scrape it off the sides, just get going and knead it in the bowl, okay? I don't know if I put too much flour or what. Okay, so once it's coming together in the bowl, you want to take it out. Make sure you get all these crumbs and stuff in there and just start kneading it. You only got to knead it for like 1 or 2 minutes so the gluten can develop. Once again, I do not know what that means. But you know, I am the master chef, so it doesn't really matter to me. We're only gonna need this for a little bit. So what you wanna do, you wanna just keep it moving, make sure the dough comes together. Remember, you don't wanna go too long, because a little lumps in it gives it character, gives the pretzels character. You know, you're making it at home, what else can you do? Boom. Smack that dough. All right. So once it comes together, just let it sit there. We're gonna take another bowl. We're gonna coat this, just the bottom of the bowl, in some vegetable oil. All right, not vegetable oil, we have olive oil. Don't think it really matters if I'm being honest. Put the sliced bit in the bottom of the bowl and just swirl that around. Use your fingers, don't be afraid to get dirty, okay? Put it on the sides. And now we're gonna take our dough here and we're gonna swirl that around, okay? Maybe knead it a little bit in there just to get the oil. Okay, so now we're gonna take we're gonna do paper towel. We're just gonna lay it over the top and we're gonna let this dough rise for 1 hour. Okay, so you're gonna take your wet paper towel. You could use a regular towel, but I don't feel like it, so I'm gonna use this paper towel. Just lay it on top, let that sit. You're gonna let the dough rise for 1 hour, okay? 1 hour. All right, as our dough rises, we're gonna take the bowl that we used to do to knead the dough. We're gonna take that. We're gonna make a baking soda solution, so we gotta heat up some water, boiling water, basically boiling water. You need 1 cup of boiling water. Okay, let that boil. Okay, now we're gonna need 1.5 teaspoons of baking soda, 1.5 tablespoons. We're gonna need 1.5 tablespoons of baking soda. So this is not optional either, people. This is what gives that pretzel the pretzel taste, you know? Oh, gee. Okay, that should be enough. I'm gonna put this in a smaller bowl. Okay, take your water. Pour it, oh my goodness. Pour it into your bowl. And if it doesn't do that, that's okay. I'm just gonna take a fork. Oh my gosh, what is going on? I'm just gonna mix this up until the baking soda has completely dissolved. Okay, so now your dough is twice the size, okay? And here's our solution right here, and we're gonna get to making the pretzel shapes. Okay, so once it rises, you're gonna take your dough out of, holy cow. Lay it on your surface. You don't need flour. We're just gonna flatten this out. We're gonna cut this into 6 equal pieces. Did that wrong? Okay. So you're gonna take one of your pieces. You're gonna just roll it out with your hands. First, preheat the oven to 450 degrees. And then absolutely load your pan. Let's get it back. Load your pan with oil. You don't want it sticking. Roll these out. Real thin strips. And you're gonna twist twice. 1, 2. And then twist it twice. Boom.
Make like a horseshoe shape so the 2 ends are pointing towards you. And you want to take those 2 ends and put one over the other, and that is your classic pretzel shape.
And you want to make like a little U here. Twist it over once, twice, and then down. There's your pretzel. There's your pretzel. We're gonna set that off to the side because we're gonna put that on the sheet, but we need to dip it into our baking soda first. So then grab another one, start rolling it out. Okay. So once that's done, you're gonna lay it in your baking soda solution for like 5 seconds. Lay it in there. Let it soak for like 5 seconds. Make sure it's fully submerged. And pull it out. Oh boy, it's falling apart. Put it on your cookie sheet. Do that for all of these, each one. Boom, beautiful. Okay, 3, 4. Okay, now that they are on there, this is when you can put your salt on. We're gonna take our coarse salt. You just wanna sprinkle it on there. Wonderful. Okay, so now you're gonna take your pretzels. You're going to put them in the oven for 9 to 10 minutes. Look at that, okay? They look good, they look good. We're gonna pull these out. Okay, make sure you shut off the oven. You're gonna take your melted butter and your brush. Just gonna brush it on these. There you go, that is how you make homemade pretzels from scratch. They look great. This is wonderful. Everyone, thanks for watching. Once again, this is Cooking with Gary. We'll be catching you at the next one.